Okay, let's just dive right into this. Sometimes the hardest breakup isn't actually losing the person, it's losing the version of you that existed with them. And honestly, most women don't even realize that this emotional damage is still completely controlling their life months or even years later. But today, we're talking about how to truly, deeply heal. And trust me on this, the last point in this explainer is going to completely shock you.
Losing the version of you. That is really the core of what we're unpacking today. It is so incredibly easy to just lose yourself entirely in the pain, but we are going to find a way back. And like I said, that final realization we're going to cover is something that completely shifts how you'll view your entire healing journey.
Breakups after long relationships, they just hit differently, don't they? It's not just sadness. It feels like your daily routines, your future plans, even your own identity suddenly just disappear overnight. You might put on a brave face and smile in front of people, but deep down, something still really hurts. And if you've been feeling emotionally exhausted or stuck, maybe angry, numb, or just constantly overthinking, this explainer is exactly for you. Today, we're talking about the real ways women can heal emotionally after a long breakup. No fake toxic positivity advice, just the things that actually help you move forward.
So, let's get into our first major step. Point number 1, stop romanticizing the past. One of the biggest reasons healing takes so incredibly long is because your mind keeps playing this cruel trick on you. It just keeps replaying only the good memories. You remember those late night calls, the warm hugs, the really sweet, tender moments, but your brain quietly ignores the crying, the disrespect, the loneliness, and the constant emotional stress. Have you ever noticed how after a breakup, people suddenly act like the relationship was perfect? Imagine this. A woman sits alone at night scrolling through old photos, smiling for a second, and then just crying immediately after. And it's not because the relationship was healthy, but because her mind is addicted to the emotional familiarity. Real healing starts when you stop editing the relationship like it was some romantic movie and finally start looking at it honestly. And what most women do next actually makes the pain so much worse. Which brings us to point number 2. Don't make healing your entire personality. After heartbreak, some women spend months talking about absolutely nothing but the breakup. Every single conversation loops back to him. Every sad quote on social media suddenly feels deeply personal to them. And slowly, the pain just becomes their identity. Have you caught yourself doing this too? Listen to me closely. You are not heartbreak itself. There is a huge difference between going through something painful and actually becoming it. Yes, absolutely cry. Yes, process your emotions. Feel all of it. But please don't let pain become the only thing your life revolves around. Because the more your identity attaches to suffering, the harder it becomes to ever leave it behind. Now, this next section surprises a lot of people. Point 3, breakups live in the body. We have to talk about the physical toll.
Breakups aren't just emotional, right? Your body literally feels them too. After being in a long relationship, your brain gets completely hardwired to certain routines. Morning texts, phone calls before falling asleep, weekend plans. And when all of that just suddenly disappears, your nervous system literally reacts like something dangerous just happened to you. We call this emotional conditioning. Think about it for a second. Have you ever checked your phone automatically, even when you know they won't text? That is your nervous system actively looking for a routine that just doesn't exist anymore. That is exactly why so many women feel anxious, exhausted, empty, or even physically weak after a relationship ends. So the crucial takeaway here is that healing isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. You have to actually break the physical conditioning. You need new routines, new places, new habits. Even small things help tremendously here. Going for a walk outside, hitting the gym, learning something totally new. By taking these physical actions, your brain slowly starts realizing that, hey, life actually still exists outside of that relationship. Let's transition to something deeply, deeply important. Point 4, the toxic closure trap. This is honestly one of the biggest emotional traps we fall into. So many women keep thinking, if he just explained himself properly, maybe then I could finally move on. But here is the really painful truth. Waiting around for them to fix it is emotional imprisonment. Imagine waiting months for one single message, one apology, one decent explanation, while your own life just stays completely paused. That is not healing. The person who confused and hurt you emotionally is usually not the person who can heal you emotionally. Real closure, it comes from acceptance. Most people simply don't know this.
but true healing happens the exact moment you stop needing another person's permission to heal. It absolutely has to come from you. Let's move to our fifth point, and I know this one hits really hard for a lot of us. Point 5, loneliness is not love. Sometimes women go back to toxic relationships not because they were actually happy, but just because they were lonely. And loneliness has this weird way of making even painful memories feel wonderfully comforting. There's a vital difference here. Are you missing someone, or are you just missing emotional familiarity? Have you ever missed someone who treated you completely terribly? It confuses so many people, but missing someone doesn't always mean they were right for you. Sometimes it only means your heart got deeply attached to what was familiar. There's a profound difference between genuinely missing a specific person and just craving an emotional connection. And once you truly understand that difference, everything starts changing. And that brings us to our final point, the shocking truth that nobody really talks about. Point 6. Rebuilding your true identity. The real healing begins when you decide to rebuild yourself, not the relationship. Because sometimes the breakup didn't actually destroy you. It revealed the parts of yourself that you abandoned during the relationship. It's time to reclaim your confidence, your hobbies, your peace, your dreams. So many women slowly shrink themselves down in relationships without even realizing they're doing it. And after the breakup, they finally get to see just how much of themselves disappeared while they were busy trying to keep someone else happy. I want you to think about that for a second. What if this heartbreak isn't the end of your story, but the beginning of becoming yourself again? When you finally adopt that mindset, this changes everything. You are taking your power back. So now I want to ask you something directly. Which point on this journey today hit you the hardest? And have you ever caught yourself romanticizing a relationship that actually hurt you in the end? I would absolutely love for you to comment down below. I really want to hear your thoughts and read your personal stories. Healing after a long breakup absolutely takes time, but I promise you, you are not as broken as you feel right now. One day, this exact pain will become the reason you grow stronger, wiser, and so much more confident. If this explainer helped you today, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Mentor Vanner family for more explainer content on deep psychology and real emotional growth. See you there. But until then, I want you to ask yourself, if you took all the love you poured into them and gave it back to yourself, who could you become?